Bitcoin may be preparing for one of its biggest moves in weeks, and most traders don't even realize it. While many investors are focused on short-term price action, the real story is what's happening beneath the surface. Right now, Bitcoin is trading in a range, creating uncertainty across the market. Some believe a major correction is coming, while others think this is simply a pause before the next rally. History shows that periods like this rarely last forever. Eventually, the market chooses a direction, and when it does, the move is often explosive. One of the biggest mistakes retail investors make is reacting emotionally to every small price movement. When Bitcoin drops, fear spreads quickly. Social media becomes filled with bearish predictions, and many traders rush to sell. But when Bitcoin suddenly rallies, the same people become bullish again. This cycle has repeated throughout Bitcoin's entire history. Markets are driven by emotions just as much as they are by fundamentals. What's particularly interesting right now is the level of uncertainty. In many cases, uncertainty creates opportunity. During previous market cycles, Bitcoin often spent weeks moving sideways before making a major move. These periods can feel boring, but experienced traders know that consolidation frequently comes before expansion. The longer the market remains compressed, the more powerful the eventual breakout can become. Another factor worth watching is institutional interest. Unlike previous cycles, Bitcoin is now attracting attention from major financial players. Large investment firms, funds, and corporations continue monitoring the market closely. Their involvement brings more liquidity and more capital, but it also creates larger battles between buyers and sellers. Every important price level becomes a battleground. Liquidity is another key piece of the puzzle. Financial markets tend to move toward areas where large amounts of liquidity exist. This is why sudden price spikes and sharp drops often catch retail traders by surprise. What appears random on the surface can sometimes be the result of liquidity being targeted by larger market participants. At the same time, overall sentiment remains mixed. Some analysts believe Bitcoin could revisit lower levels before finding support. Others argue that the broader trend remains bullish and that any pullback would simply create another buying opportunity. The reality is that nobody knows exactly what will happen next. Markets are probabilistic, not predictable. What we do know is that Bitcoin continues to be one of the most watched assets in the world. Every rally generates excitement, every correction creates fear, every major move attracts headlines. Despite the volatility, adoption continues to grow, and the crypto market remains a focal point for investors around the globe. The next few days and weeks could be extremely important. If Bitcoin breaks above key resistance levels, momentum could return quickly and trigger a wave of optimism throughout the market. On the other hand, a failure to hold support could lead to increased volatility and further downside pressure. Either scenario would likely generate significant attention from traders and investors alike. For now, the market appears to be waiting for a catalyst, waiting for direction, waiting for the next major move. And if history is any guide, periods of waiting rarely last forever. The calm we see today could eventually give way to substantial volatility. Whether you're bullish or bearish, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Bitcoin is approaching an important moment. The next breakout, or breakdown, could define market sentiment for weeks to come. Millions of traders are watching closely, searching for clues about where the market is headed next. The only question remaining is whether Bitcoin's next big move will catch the majority of investors completely off guard.